Hi everyone, this is Sheremy from My Mother's Daughter Handspun, and in this video I'm going to teach you how I spin super bulky singles. And I emphasize I because there's lots of ways to do this, and I could talk to you all day about how to do a woolen or worsted draft to get different weights of yarn, but I don't have a lot of time. I get only a few uninterrupted minutes a day, and so I can't take the time to do that in this video. But I really recommend J.C. Boggs' Craftsy class, Drafting Worsted to Woolen, to explain probably the more traditional way of getting fatter or thinner yarns. But for me, I have practiced and practiced drafting that way to get fat yarn consistently, and it just takes a lot of time to get good at that. And I found that every time I start to get good at it, I change direction and don't spin bulky yarn again for another 6 months, and I'm back at ground zero when I try to do it again. I just have a really short attention span, especially when it comes to yarn. I don't spin the same yarns over and over. So I just have not gotten very good at drafting that way. So if you are, congratulations, you are better than me. But I do love fat singles, and so I've kind of come up with my own way of doing this. I'm sure lots of other people do it too, but I've never been taught. Everything I do, I've come up with on my own pretty much. So this is no different. So to start with, you grab your roving. You guys are going to die when you see how easy this is. So I don't recommend using the entire length of roving at once because to get the width of our yarn, we're going to be splitting the roving, and the longer it is, the more difficult it's going to be to get even sections. So I would maybe take, this is a lovely braid from, I think it's Dandelions and Daisies. I got it from my wonderful fiber share partner 2 rounds ago. And I would split it maybe in thirds lengthwise. Let me pull it apart if I can. You don't want your sections too short because then you're going to have lots of joins, and that can affect the integrity of your yarn. But you do want it short enough that you can separate the sections evenly, because in this method that becomes the most difficult part, is making sure you get even sections. So I'm taking this section and I'm going to split it in half. Okay. And then I'm going to split it into fourths, trying to keep it as even as possible. And so how many times you split it is going to depend on how bulky you want your yarn. You guys can probably see where I'm going with this, and you're going to have this major aha moment. So for me, if you look and you kind of start to twist that, that's a little fatter than I want my yarn to be. So with bulkier yarn, you're going to want less twist if you want it to stay balanced. So keep that in mind as you're working and you're setting up your wheel tension. You want slow spin, fast uptake. And so my roving is going to be split into eighths to get the width of yarn that I'm looking for here. So for the sake of time, I'm not going to do all of this because I have 3 kids and they will come in at any moment, so I have to work fast. Alright, so to get started, make sure I'm on my slowest whirl. Say hello to my new wheel. Isn't she beautiful? I'm in love with her. She doesn't have a name yet. I'm working on it. This is the Spinolution Echo. So we're going to take it and we're spinning real slow. And just letting it glide on. See, there's no drafting, because all of my drafting was done as I split my roving. Ta-da! That's the hint. And now it's all going to be super even and consistent without any drafting at all. The hardest part now becomes the joins. So when you get to where you need to join, I split it in 2. I take my other end, draft it out just a little bit to make it kind of wispy and a little thinner because it's going to be overlapping here and you don't want a big bulge. I'm taking that wispy end and I'm laying it in between this little divide that I created. See? And I'm tucking it in as it twists. And where the joints are, you want a little more twist than you're putting in the rest of it, just to kind of give it a little extra grab. And then keep going. And if you find that you need to draft a little bit to make things even, this has some tensile in it or something, and it's just a little bit different length staple than the others, so they're kind of fuzzing around it. So I'm giving little tugs here and there. But that is it. Saves you all that time and energy. I definitely encourage you to practice drafting different weights of yarn, just because it's a good skill to have. But if you have a really short attention span like me, this will allow you to get what you want without hundreds of yards of practice on the same kind of yarns. Because I don't have the attention span, y'all. I can't do it. I hear my kids coming down the hall. I'm going to have to... Ta-da!
Hey, Mommy, Mabel wants to get her princess castle when she's out of bed.
Okay, well, we're all supposed to be in bed, and ladies, Mommy's making a video right now, so I need quiet. Okay, go get in bed. See, told you guys. That took 6 minutes. 6 minutes without an interruption. That's really good. And no, I'm not going to edit it out because I don't have time to edit either. So you guys just get me as I am. But there you have it. Once you set that, it's going to kind of bloom and blossom out, kind of fluff out a little bit as that twist evens out. And it's a really nice, fat, bulky single. Easy peasy. Thank you guys. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, or you can email me at mymothersdaughterhandspun@gmail.com. Find me on Instagram at mymothersdaughterhandspun, and you can also find me on Etsy at momsdaughterhandspun. Thank you guys for watching.